If you ain't a fan of my music before you see me perform, I guarantee you by the time my show over, I got you.
Before Dababy would get in a shootout in self-defense in a Walmart and have all charges dropped. Before he would have almost 600K subscribers on YouTube and over 1.5 million followers on Instagram. He also says that he doesn't follow a single female on Instagram besides his A&R, which I guess limits your distractions on a daily basis, so maybe that's a good thing. Before Dababy would make his mark on the hip-hop baby game, standing amongst the likes of Baby, aka Birdman, and Lil Baby, and dropping his album Baby on Baby with songs like Goin' Baby, which now has over 5 million views on YouTube, and Babysitter, which has close to 5 million as well. Dababy has become one of the most talked about names in hip-hop, not only because of his ability to use his rap name in songs, and not only for his bars, which are fire, but also because of his insane journey to fame. And by insane, we mean that. He survived attempted robberies, home invasions, pepper spray attacks, and even shootings inside of Walmarts. But through all of that, he's quickly winning over rap fans all over the world and has become one of the most requested videos on this channel. I'm just glad music worked out, because while I was doing my research, I scrolled back through his old tweets, and in 2015, he tweeted that he was thinking about selling his meats, and not at the local deli. Can you guess how much his hourly rate was going to be? Stick around until the end of the video to find out. When I was at Power 106 a couple months ago, the label brought through a quiet guy in an orange jacket who humbly shook my hand and introduced himself as Dababy. I didn't know that a few months later, that guy in the orange jacket would become my new favorite rapper. What's going on, good people in the comments section? I hope you're having one heck of a day. My name is Jeremy Hecht, here for you on Before They Were Famous, and today I'll be taking you through the life and career of Dababy prior to fame. I've been making videos on this channel for about 6 months now, and the goal has been to get better with each one, and based on the comments, I think we're doing that. But in case you're new here and are all up in the comments saying, "We want Michael, get out of here, loser," first of all, you can always leave, because I'm technically the one on screen. I can't go anywhere. Secondly, I'm not Michael's younger brother. And thirdly, Michael didn't go anywhere. He's still making videos for this channel, but I am the LA host for this channel, so I'll be here weekly. I've covered Lil TJ and Lil Nas X recently, and you guys requested this video a lot. So keep sending in your requests in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you there. Now let's get into the show.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom!
Should have happened maybe a little sooner, but you know, everything happened at the right time.
Dababy, aka Baby Jesus, was born a baby as Jonathan Kirk on December 22nd, 1991 in Cleveland, Ohio, but moved to Charlotte when he was 6 years old. He reps a 704 wherever he goes and carries the city on his back, literally. Shout out to all the people from Charlotte in the comment section. He grew up with his mom and 2 older brothers, making him the baby of the family. His father was in the army stationed in places around the country, but Baby would stay with him in the summers. He says his dad was in his life, but he would also send some child support checks to their family, which his mom would then hand down to Baby, so he was flexing with that little extra money in elementary school. But according to Baby's uncle Rick, who Nardwuar allegedly talked to, Dababy was raised by robbers?
Some of them was robbers, yeah.
He told Mass Appeal that there is a crabs in the bucket mentality in Charlotte where everyone tries to pull you down if you're doing something great. And like Charlemagne said in Baby's Breakfast Club interview, the gift and the curse of being from Charlotte is that you're the only one. So when you're the only rapper that's really buzzing the way you're buzzing, you got a target on your back. Growing up, he was listening to rappers like Nelly, Eminem, Lil Wayne, and 50 Cent. He says that even as a kid though, he was just as confident as he is now. And at 5 years old, he knew that he wanted to make $1 million, stay in a mansion, and never work a 9 to 5. Jonathan was hustling and getting money in the streets from the age of 17, but he knew that there was more to life and wanted to change his circumstances. So around his 22nd birthday, he picked up the mic. Baby had a condo in downtown Charlotte with 2 cars that he wasn't even driving. He was driving a rental car because of how he was getting his money at the time, but he sold both of his cars and his jewelry and his condo and basically went broke to go after his dreams. In December of 2014, Baby began rapping.
I felt like rappers was rapping about stuff that I was really living. You know
right.
What I mean? And I felt like I could put the words together and I had more flavor than them.
He went into the studio that month and recorded 10 songs within a couple of weeks. He said that he was overcharged for the studio time, but he was able to create enough for a project called Nonfiction. The first song he ever recorded was called Baby Jesus, and from there, he took that as his rap name. He put it up online in early January of 2015 and continued to put out freestyles over some of the most popular beats at the time to keep his buzz up. 2 months later, he was able to get his way onto a South by Southwest stage after De Niro Ferrer saw his music online and brought him out on stage during the festival. So 2 months into his rap career, he was already doing some pretty big shows, but the road to success was a long one from there. He was rapping without a manager or a publicist, so he was doing things all on his own. Well, along with his friends who were acting as his street team.
Every last one of these people with me, they playing a role, you know what I'm saying, around me. Everybody, they not gonna let nobody walk by here. You got one of these, boom. CD, you know what I'm saying? You got one of these fly, they giving out t-shirts.
He was always big into marketing, so he and his team were up early every morning doing their own publicity and putting up posters and stickers all over each city they were in, advertising for his upcoming shows. His friends would hold massive baby signs up and have t-shirts with his logos on them everywhere they went to help promote his brand.
Put posters up, flyers up, so when the people coming in early, way before we get there, they already see who on the way, and by the time we get there, they already familiar with the face and the name. You gotta think, baby.
Some of his friends even became a part of the music creation process. After beginning to take rap seriously, Baby invested in some studio equipment.
I went to my partner Slim Hood. I'm like, bro, I got like brand new keyboards over here, the big boy ones. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones people.
The forward decked out joint.
Yeah, the big boy. I'm like, bro, I'm not using none of this stuff. I don't know how to make beats and none of that. But I just had it. I just had all that stuff like brand new. I'm like, bro, you can have this.
After giving it to his friend Slim Hood, his boy cooked up some heat and made a beat for him. And he produced some of Baby's biggest early hits. Originally, his rap name was Baby Jesus, with his Twitter being @BabyJesus704. He said he woke up one day and felt the name was given to him by God. He later dropped the second half of his name due to industry pressure and worries that it would cause some problems down the road.
Jesus did grow up. You don't always have to call him baby. It's a bit odd and off-putting to pray to a baby.
Well, look, I like the Christmas Jesus best, and I'm saying grace.
But he says he still feels like he's been put on this earth for a purpose. In terms of representing the baby aspect of his name, well, he just lives his truth. Plus, he always rocks a Stewie Griffin chain around his neck to rep famous babies around the world. But that wasn't just a one-off. In terms of his image and marketing, he's a very calculated dude. All it takes is to watch one of his music videos to know how funny and smart the guy is. From the beginning, he knew that he needed to be creative to stand out.
You just doing cliche shit. You doing what everybody else doing. It ain't gonna really get you nowhere.
You've all heard of candy pens, right? Well, if the name doesn't ring a bell, I got a good feeling you've seen them before. Now, Candy Pens was named Best Vaporizer of 2018 by High Times due to its combination of popular technology and flashy design. And Candy Pens, well, they've quickly become the go-to choice for vaping in the hip-hop and rap community. They've got some co-signs from DJ Khaled, Fatboy SSE, Young M.A., and Amber Rose. Even the one and only A$AP Rocky, yeah, he's got his own signature line called the Flacco Jody Collection. Now, Candy Pens has actually made me their YouTube ambassador, the one and only, and they've given me the ability to get you 25% off your entire order. Yeah, there's a link down below. Also use the promo code BTWF25, get some money back, enjoy your vaping. Remember, Candy Pens are for those 18 years and older.
So, after getting his team in order and putting out a mixtape, Baby began to promote his work by any means necessary, dropping consistent visuals and performing locally, even opening up for artists like Young Dolph. The oldest song still up on his YouTube is called No Compadre Freestyle, and that's from 2015. But back in 2015, the local radio station Streets 103.3 and 102 Jams played his songs. During the 2015 NFL season, Baby Jesus made an anthem for the Carolina Panthers called Dab City. Because of the catchy hook, hilarious visuals, and because the Panthers went to the Super Bowl that year, the song got placed on World Star and started to blow up there. In 2016, Baby dropped the mixtape Baby Jesus God's Work, hosted by DJ Infamous. And in early 2016, Baby Jesus headed out on his first tour throughout America with his friends.
So you know, me and the squad loaded up, got everything we needed, and we hit the road. We one way to Virginia. Entertainment for the guys.
On that tour, Baby had a little run-in with the police, ironically enough, while trying to shoot a music video at a local Walmart. He ended up doing 8 hours in jail in Virginia before getting out.
But it wasn't nothing. The team held it down, stayed to work. They waited on me. I got out. We got right back to it. Entertainment for the guys. Lesson learned.
Baby Jesus also got an early co-sign from Boosie, who hopped on the remix of his song Baby Jesus.
Sleepy ass nigga, wake up!
Immediately after hearing the song, Boosie went into his home studio and recorded a remix just off the strength of Baby's music and energy alone. Well, that and 15 racks for one feature and 8 racks for another. Hey, at least he got the second one for half off. But Boosie recorded 2 remixes and 2 in-studio music videos for Dababy, all between 3 and 5 o'clock in the morning that day. And he had an interview at 6 in the morning the same day, so judging by that, he was clearly a fan. But the first free feature he ever got was from Yo Gotti. He heard Baby's music through Arnold Taylor and really loved it, so he got on the remix of one of his songs. And the genuine love from superstars didn't stop with Boosie and Gotti. When Dababy and his crew were in Miami hustling CDs and marketing their posters, they ran into none other than Diddy.
When Diddy seen us, he pulled out his Snapchat.
How was that though?
Snapchat.
You got
We
the
ain't asked him
OG
to do
right
none
there
of
in the
that.
street.
Cause he saw that movement, he saw the squad.
But just when things were going well and he was gaining a pretty sizable buzz, Baby was involved in a home invasion situation. After the studio one night, his friends went to the strip club, but Baby decided to go home. He was scrolling through Instagram and left the TV on before falling asleep at his house. But then, he woke up to a bunch of yelling, and since the only other person living with him was his brother, Baby knew it wasn't him. 5 or 6 men had broken into Baby's house and were trying to rob him. There was a shootout, but Baby made it out of the situation unscathed. He says he felt like James Bond. In 2017, Baby deleted all of his old Instagram pictures and said something great was happening.
You know me, you know when, look, if something like that happened with me, you know something real great about that. Ooh, that's that gas. Something real great about to happen.
That was around the time that Baby's music caught the ear of Arnold Taylor, who I mentioned earlier, and who is the CEO of South Coast Music Group, an independent record label in Charlotte. Taylor signed Baby on as an artist, and on their website it says, South Coast Music Group is an independent record label based out of Charlotte, North Carolina that still believes in the traditional way of breaking music. Between 2017 and 2018, Dababy flooded the internet with mixtapes and continued to build a sizable online following. On November 5th, 2018, while shopping with his baby mother and 2 children in the baby section of a local Walmart in Huntersville, North Carolina, Dababy was confronted with 2 men who were staring him down. According to statements made by Baby through Instagram Live and in interviews, 2 men tried to check him and asked him to go outside. He told his family to go the other way and no one went outside, but the 2 men allegedly ran up on him with their hands in their pockets, reportedly clutching a weapon, and whipped it out. Dababy tried to de-escalate the situation, but things only got worse. At around 6 p.m., 2 to 3 shots were fired in the produce section, leaving 19-year-old Jalen Dominique Craig killed. Dababy has said that the incident was in self-defense. The incident was used in the intro to his music video for No Tears, which was released just days later. But after receiving some backlash of people saying that Baby was using the incident to promote his record, Dababy denied that and posted a video issuing his condolences to the victim. But even with all of the controversy, Baby got involved in a $1 million bidding war as record labels were itching to sign the kid from Charlotte. But ultimately, Interscope Records won out and signed him to a deal on January 23, 2019. Taylor, who initially signed Baby to South Coast, has had relationships with Interscope for years, so that could have played a part in his choice of label. But with his success came even more drama for Dababy. While shooting the video for 21, some kids came up to him and said hi. Then those kids went down the block and told some of their older friends he was there, who then came back and tried to gain some clout by telling Baby that he needed a permission slip to shoot a video there. But Baby was able to handle things with a level head, and the dudes who were checking him left the situation.
Who signed up permission slip? Ain't nobody signed up permission slip for me. Like I say, next time, you just say, hey, come holler at me, bro, and I come holler at you.
After that, he dropped the video for his single, Shook. Prior to that drop, a lot of people had just heard about Dababy for things outside of the music, but this was many people's first taste of his skill and ability to create great visuals. The video blew up online and currently has over 21 million views on YouTube. Later releasing videos for the songs Going Baby and Babysitter featuring Offset. The man knows how to play off his name. In March of 2019, he dropped his debut studio album Baby on Baby, and later that month, all charges filed against Dababy were dropped. It seems like he'll be around for a long time in this game, and despite all of the altercations, he has a good head on his shoulders. And I'm glad all of this worked out because back in 2015, Baby tweeted that he was going to start selling D instead. His prices, well, $50 for a half hour and $100 per hour. So there's the answer to the question from the beginning of the video. As for the rest of the story, well, we'll have to wait and see because this is before they were famous. As always, I'm Jeremy Heck for this channel. Follow me on Instagram, link is below, or hit me in the comments and let me know who to cover next. I try to respond to as many people as possible, and I will try to get to as many of those video requests as possible. Dream good, live better. I hope you have one heck of a day. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next videos. I think that's it for the outro, and I'll see you in the next video.